Canada's rules forcing to leave Canada in 2025, and solution to it. Welcome Travel Tree family. The current immigration scenario in Canada is highly dynamic. Many individuals, whether students, workers, or tourists, are trying to understand if they should apply for a visa now or wait. Millions of people have moved to Canada in search of dreams, degrees, jobs, and a better life. But what if that dream is starting to fade? Why are students, workers, and families suddenly packing their bags? What is happening behind the scenes that could potentially force nearly 5 million people to leave Canada by the end of 2025? From quiet policy shifts to bold new crackdowns, Canada is changing the rules, and not everyone will be able to stay. Whether you're currently in Canada on a visa or planning to apply, what you don't know could cost you everything. In this video, let's break down the 10 new immigration rules that are shaking the very foundation of Canadian immigration. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll stay up to date with all the latest developments on Canada's immigration policies, travel tips, and visa updates, so you never miss out on essential information that could shape your future in Canada. Let's get started. 1. Expiration of temporary permits. Thousands came to Canada as students, workers, and dreamers, but now they find themselves on a ticking clock. By early 2025, nearly 4.9 million temporary residents have permits set to expire by year's end. Unfortunately, there won't be any mass extensions, no pandemic-era leniency, and no magic loopholes. When that expiration date hits, if your application to stay isn't approved, you will be required to leave. Many may not even realize their time is running out. Whether you are in school, working, or visiting family, don't assume you're safe. The only way to remain legally is to navigate an overloaded immigration system. Missing one deadline or making one mistake could mean the end of your time in Canada. 2. Reduction in permanent residency targets. You might think that securing permanent residency is the best way to stay in Canada, but unfortunately, the situation just got worse. Canada plans to cut its permanent residency targets from 485,000 in 2024 to just 365,000 by 2027. This change is not just about longer wait times, it also means more rejections, stiffer competition, and countless families left in limbo. This impacts the more than 800,000 international students currently in Canada and the temporary workers that are crucial to various industries. The clock is ticking, and the opportunity window is narrowing rapidly. 3. Cap on temporary residence. You could do everything right, secure a job, land a visa, and still be turned away with a "sorry, there's no room." For the first time in Canadian history, the government is introducing a national cap on temporary residents. The goal is to reduce the temporary resident population to just 5% of the total population by 2026, which translates to around 2 million people or fewer, down from about 4.4 million today. This is a massive reduction, and many may not even be aware it's happening. It's no longer just about meeting qualifications, it's about whether there's even space available. Rejections are rising quickly and processing times are lagging. 4. Enforcement measures. Many think they won't face consequences until it's too late. Canada's Border Services Agency, CBSA, is ramping up enforcement efforts. With millions of permits set to expire in 2025, officials are bracing for a significant exodus. Voluntary departures may be preferred, but deportations are increasingly becoming a reality. CBSA has already amplified removal operations, targeting visa overstays and expired permits aggressively. The unfortunate truth is that most overstays occur due to mistakes, a missed email or a renewal that didn't process. And suddenly, your future in Canada is at stake. Employers hiring unauthorized workers face serious penalties too, including fines and criminal charges. The system has become unforgiving. One mistake, and you could be out. 5. International student cap. You might get into a Canadian university but never make it to campus. In 2024, Canada imposed a strict cap on international study permits, turning away thousands of prospective students. Study permits dropped by 35% in 2024, with an additional 10% reduction in 2025. Many students, who had gotten acceptance letters, paid deposits, and booked flights, were denied entry, not due to academic failure, but because their province had reached its limit before their applications were processed. Ontario and British Columbia are nearing their quotas, while smaller provinces remain open, but not for long. Fewer students mean fewer jobs and rental opportunities, which can significantly impact local economies. 7. Temporary Foreign Worker Program Reform. Thinking having a job offer is enough? Think again. In 2025, Canada's Temporary Foreign Worker Program, TFWP, will face significant reforms, which are creating ripples across the labor market. Employers now must comply with a 10% cap on hiring low-wage foreign workers. For high-skilled roles, the government demands wages to be 20% above the median to qualify. While this might help Canadian workers, it creates a hiring crisis, especially in agriculture, hospitality, and manufacturing. Farms are unable to plant, restaurants can't operate, and employers are withdrawing from foreign hires due to costs and delays. 8. Spousal work permit restrictions. Being married used to symbolize security and backup when moving to Canada. These days, spousal work permit restrictions have tightened considerably. Spouses of international students and workers are facing new limitations. Previously, open work permits for spouses were common, enabling families to share incomes and settle in together. Now, only spouses of those in high-demand jobs or prestigious academic programs qualify. This sudden change has left many families shocked and struggling, creating heightened pressure in households. Less income means decreased economic activity and slower integration into society. 9. Asylum system tightening. Canada has a long-standing reputation as a refuge for those seeking asylum, but in 2025, this perspective is shifting. With asylum claims reaching a staggering 140,000 in 2023, the government is tightening up its asylum system. Deportations are being expedited for individuals arriving from countries deemed safe. New arrivals may face expedited hearings, sometimes within 30 days. If documentation isn't perfect, your chance for acceptance could vanish permanently. Canada has expanded its Safe Third Country Agreement with the U.S. Which means if you pass through the U.S. first, even by mistake, you could be denied entry at the border. 10. No automatic extensions. Permits used to expire, but if you acted quickly, you could apply for an extension and remain legal during the wait. That era is over. In 2025, Canada has ended automatic extensions. There is no implied status, no grace period, or bridge visa. If your permit expires before you are approved for an extension, you lose your legal status instantly, even if the delay is the government's fault. Consider the implications. Processing times are prolonged due to a massive backlog. If you are a student finishing school, a worker transitioning between jobs, or a family applying for renewal, you are at risk. A single gap in status can thwart your path to permanent residency for years. Recommendations for applicants to secure a better future in Canada amid immigration policy changes. 1. Stay informed and seek professional guidance regularly. Given the rapid and complex changes in Canadian immigration policies, it is essential for applicants to stay updated through official government sources and consult qualified immigration professionals. This proactive approach ensures awareness of deadlines, eligibility criteria, and new rules, reducing the risk of errors that could jeopardize your status. 2. Plan and apply for permanent residency early. With the reduction in permanent residency targets and longer processing times, applicants should initiate their PR applications as soon as possible. Focus on qualifying through programs that align with current labor market needs and ensure all documentation is complete and accurate to avoid rejection or delays. 3. Maintain legal status and avoid overstays. Since automatic extensions and implied statuses are ending, applicants must monitor their permit expiry dates meticulously. If a permit is nearing expiration, apply for renewal well in advance, and consider legal alternatives such as bridging visas if available. Avoid overstaying, as enforcement measures are tightening, and overstays can lead to deportation and bans. Explore alternative pathways and diversify options. Given the caps on temporary residents, international students, and restrictions on work permits, applicants should consider alternative pathways such as provincial nomination programs, employer-specific work permits, or entrepreneurial visas. Diversifying options increases the likelihood of securing long-term stay opportunities. 5. Enhance skills and qualifications to meet new criteria. As eligibility requirements tighten, especially for work permits and PGWP, applicants should focus on acquiring skills and qualifications aligned with Canada's labour priorities. Enrolling in designated learning institutions, gaining experience in high-demand sectors, and pursuing relevant certifications can improve chances of approval and long-term residence eligibility. You've just learned about the 10 immigration changes that are reshaping life in Canada for millions. Whether you are a student, worker, spouse, or dreamer, these new policies are tightening, speeding up processes, and leaving little room for errors. This is not the Canada of 5 years ago. While the welcome mat is still out, the door behind it is narrower and more guarded than ever before. However, here's some good news: knowledge is power. Now that you are informed about these changes, you can better prepare for your future in Canada. So, don't forget to subscribe our channel Travel Tree, like this video, and share it with others whose futures in Canada may be at stake. We will continue to break down the facts, rule by rule, so that you remain one step ahead. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.